What is the best Instagram hashtag strategy for 2023 so that you can get your post to go viral? You have showed up on the right video. You can see from my subscriber account that it might not be as sexy as some of these other channels, but it's because I don't usually play the clickbait game. I did on this video because hopefully it got you to click it. And you're not going to learn how to go super viral to get 1 million views today, because that is not something that anyone should be promising you. Today you are going to be learning how to get the maximum amount of views possible for your account based on where you're at. I'm going to be showing you how to do hashtags perfectly for your situation. So if you are hoping for some video that makes you feel like, oh, I feel like they answered my question and I feel really great now and I'm going to go try that, but it gets you no results, then you are on the wrong video. Smash that dislike button, because you can find some frou-frou answers that won't get you any results basically on every other video. And I'm going to be giving you some very strategic knowledge that I've never seen talked about online before that actually make you rank on hashtags. So let's talk about the algorithm. I'm going to be moving really quick in this video. I'm not going to have my video editor put a bunch of fancy stuff in it. I just want to give you the information and get this video out so that we can dismiss all this garbage that's online. So the first thing you need to know is relevancy, of course, matters a lot with hashtags, and you're going to hear that talked on all the other videos. So let me address just what they got right first. Yes, your hashtags need to be very relevant. You don't want to be doing 30 hashtags anymore. You want to be more doing about 7 to 15. The exact number doesn't really matter, but you just want to make sure you're using tags that are medium to big size that are right in line with what you're posting. If you don't know what I mean by medium hashtags, I define those as ones that have about over 500,000 total posts on them, and then large ones would be over 10 million total posts. So those would be the ones like hashtag reels, hashtag explore, hashtag love, hashtag happy. Basically every single one word is now over 10 million total posts. Those are the big ones, and those have the higher upside. They also have more competition because so many people are using them. And then the medium-sized ones is trying to find that happy medium of competition, and there's still a lot of viewers on it. So you actually have a chance to compete on these ones that have 500K plus hashtags, but there's not so many posts that you're just going to get washed out, right? But you can still get a lot of views. And then the small ones, in the past, it's not a bad idea to do those, and those are certainly fine to sprinkle in a few if they are exactly what you are posting. You don't want to do small hashtags unless it is exactly what you are posting. So if I do a post on Instagram hashtags on Reels, and I see Instagram marketing expert has, I don't know what it has, but let's just say that that has 70K total posts. That is not bad to do, because someone looking for that content, that is right in line with hashtag Instagram marketing expert. Not a bad idea to throw a few of those in. If they have less than 50,000 total posts, don't use it though. You can just draw the line right there. It just does not have enough search traffic on it whatsoever. There's not enough possible people that you could get your content shown to by using these ones that have less than 50,000 total posts. But if it's between 50,000 and 500K and it's exactly what you're posting, feel free to use about 2 or 3 of those. So of those 10 to 15 hashtags about that I'm recommending, you should use about 3 that are the bigger ones, the 10 million plus. And the reason why we do that is because just in case this post does really well, now it has that potential high upside. Because if you can start ranking on hashtags and this post is killing it, this is how you're going to get posts that would get 10K views to get to more like 20 to 50K plus views. If you were able to get a video to 10K views with medium hashtags, but you didn't have the big ones on there to then start ranking and competing at a higher level, then you wouldn't have that massive upside to get a lot of views. So that's why we always use a couple of the big ones in case the post plays out really well. And for me, I might just do like marketing or business owner, the ones that are really big but still obviously completely related. So you don't want to be using tags that are still like, oh, let me do hashtag interior decorating because there's a lot of posts on it if that's not your niche. So use the biggest hashtags in your niche is more so what I'm saying. And then the medium one should comprise about 80% of those tags. And then you can do a couple small ones if you can find some that directly relate to what you're posting, because you'll have a very high chance of ranking on there. It just won't do a ton for you, but you'll have a high chance of ranking on there. So that's why it's like, okay, it's better that I rank at all than not even rank on these ones that have more competition on them. Otherwise, the thing you need to know about the hashtag algorithm is you could do your hashtags perfectly. But if your content is just okay, you won't get any hashtag impressions. It's about ranking on the hashtags, not just doing them correctly. The algorithm more used to be, or like people's feed was more so, here's the best hashtaggers out there, is what Instagram's feed was back like 2015-ish especially. It was just whoever's best at hashtagging is the content you're going to see. And that makes for a very boring feed. So it's great that it's like this now. So never get really like mad at algorithm changes. It always makes sense. Like anyone who owned the company would probably make very similar decisions to how they've done this algorithm over time. But now it's content that is really great and did their hashtags great. I should note, though, that accounts that are usually over 200 or 300K and are in a very specific niche, and Instagram well knows what their niche is, they a lot of times don't do hashtags, and I don't think it would have much of an effect on them either way, whether they did them or not. But don't go onto these big accounts and say, oh, look it, this 2 million follower account doesn't use hashtags. Let me just do what they're doing. That account was probably grown with hashtags when they were small, and that's how they got so many followers. And now that they are that big and have a clearly defined niche, they don't need to be doing hashtags. So don't model off of really big pages and think that that's the same strategy that you should be doing. These accounts are so big and they consistently make it on the explore page. They get so many shares and their account is clearly defined what it is, and they've been doing it for years. So that's why Instagram doesn't need them to tell them what the post is about with hashtags. So if you're a smaller account, literally anything under 100K even, you're definitely going to want to use this hashtag strategy that I'm talking about. And as far as where to put them in the comments or the caption, you want to put them in the caption and then put them at the very bottom. So make sure they're not right at the top. Part of the reason why is because hashtags are clickable when they're captioned, and you don't want someone zooming off of your post because that will hurt your view duration on that post and it won't be good in the algorithm. And you just want to bury them for aesthetic purposes. So just make sure they're at the very bottom of your caption. And we don't do the comments anymore because Instagram about a year ago said that we are not going to help SEO your post unless the hashtags are in the caption. So if someone types in to search for posts on a certain hashtag, you would not come up if they were in the comments as it was preferred in the past. Now, moving on to how to actually get yourself to rank on these hashtags. So speaking of comments, here is a tip that I've never given out before. It is super effective. I see a bunch of people doing it on TikTok, and I'm ashamed to not have brought this over to Instagram earlier. What you want to do is right once you post any kind of reel or really any kind of post, be the first one to comment on your own post and ask people a question or just get a conversation started. A lot of times we use the caption to do this, but the problem is a lot of people don't read the entire caption, especially if it's like the last thing where you're asking them a question. However, what a lot of people do is while they're watching content and they can see that comments already exist on that post, what they're going to do is just go check out what the comments are. So a lot of times we don't get comments because no one wants to be the first one to do it. They want to join the comment section and then comment on the comment section. So create that initial comment section, because even if they don't go in there and comment, if they go in there and look just to see, hey, I see this post has one comment, I wonder what it is. Let me open it up. And then they see whatever comment you have and it's a question. And then even if they don't respond, what happened is they gave that post more of their time, and that is what the algorithm is largely based on. So if you can get them to stay on your post for a long time, even if it just be to check the comments for a second and then log out of the comments for another second and then move on, you just bought yourself an extra 2 seconds from a lot of people, and that will really help your average view duration on your post, which will help you rank on the hashtags. Because if you do your hashtags okay, but your content is amazing, it's going to go way further than if you had the opposite. So this is still a content game. If you're not getting hashtag impressions, it is likely because your content is not passing the barrier of what it's looking for before it would rank you on those hashtags in the first place. So just make sure that whenever you're not getting the results you want from hashtag impressions, when you go to your view insights, blame it on the content first and then blame it on the hashtag second. The other thing that I'm going to teach you to help you rank on this is such a valuable tip. And a lot of times we just talk about having a hook at the beginning of your videos. The thing that's really going on here when people decide if they want to stay on the post or not, because a lot of people make a decision to leave your post within half a second. Within half a second, they decide, do I want to give this any time or zero time? Just instantly scroll off. And what is happening there? Because they don't even have enough time to hear your hook or to read your hook. What is happening there is, did this post flag that it is a promotional post from a business letting me know they're a business, or is it entertaining? And that entertaining factor can be educational, inspirational, emotional. It's like a firefighter saving a dog, whatever it is. They know that this is going to entertain me in some way. That's what I'm here for. I'm on my leisure time. I'm scrolling. And a lot of companies post things that within half a second, it's just so obvious that this is a business letting me know that they're a business, or that their customers like their product, or that they have new product, anything like that. What is really going on here is you want to make sure that your content does not get displayed through a promotional lens within a half-second glance at it. That is what is really killing a lot of your posts out there. Because if it all comes down to average view duration, the ones who are really screwing that up are the instant exiters. And how you get rid of the instant exiters is make sure that if you're a product-based company and you want to show your product, that you do it through a lens that is at least entertaining. And by entertaining, I mean to people who are outside of your target market. Does someone who is outside of your target market see your post and still have some kind of interest in it? An example for my business would be like, so Alex Hormozy is really good at this. Let's say I have some sales psychology that I want to teach people. I can come out on Reels and say, this sales psychology really helped me grow my sales. And what that would do is it would make a lot of people who love sales, that love sales psychology, and are also in a learning mindset that are just give me the facts, just give me some tips, I'm here to learn right now, which is usually not the intention of someone on Instagram, even if this would be valuable information to them. It's going to make them say, you know, I don't really want to learn this, at least right now, and this, I'm not in sales, skip. If I were to say, here is how McDonald's has become the #1 selling fast food restaurant for over a decade in a row. Now, even the general public is like, okay, like, I want to know this. This is really interesting. This is a story I can talk about later because I know McDonald's. And yeah, how are they the top selling? You're taking the tips that you are giving out naturally right now, and then you're trying to find an example that is more of a relatable example to the world. So if you can do that with your content, that is going to help you so much more than any kind of hashtag tips I would give you. But it's the combination of these hashtag tips with these ones to get people to view your content longer and get it favored in the algorithm that will ultimately get you more hashtag impressions. So that's why at the beginning I was saying, like, look, the other videos are not going to help you because they're not teaching you how to rank on the hashtags. They're just telling you what to put in there. And if your content remains the same, then nothing's going to happen for you. So that is what I got for you guys today. Check out my Coffee with Creators program in the description here. It is a monthly membership for any kind of creator out there who would just like a community of people to bounce ideas off of that actually speak their language. I would love to see you. We have meetings at the first weekday of every month at 8:30 Mountain Time for 75 minutes, and everyone gets a little bit of time to discuss. It's a really great group that any creator out there, whether you're a business owner or personal brand, could get massive value out of it. So check that out in the description. See you next time.